Let's talk about some hot and relevant topics. There might be no better time to rank the best point guards in the NBA. Sure, people might get mad at us for a specific exclusion, but there's one particular thing to consider before we start. Welcome to B-Ball TV YouTube channel. So, who's a better point guard? Kyrie, Steph, Westbrook, or CP3? Make sure to watch till the end because we're going to surprise you with the result. So, as you can see from the start, LeBron James is not considered in our top. Even though many people advocated heavily for the Kings' inclusion, James was finally not under consideration. Why? As long as James, of course, serves as the point guard for the Lakers, a segment of the NBA fanbase will argue he's really a forward, or a point forward, or whatever other hybrid terminology you want to identify him with. To not argue for hours and never agree about what LeBron actually is in the NBA GOAT, we kept him off. Apologies to Lakers fans and LeBron stans. We even got another video about NBA GOAT, so after watching this one, make sure to check it out. Oh yes, this isn't just about LeBron, but guys like James Harden too. We see him as a shooting guard, and that's how he's playing at the moment. So we decided to talk about the 4 best point guards in today's NBA. They have spent their entire careers serving as their team's definitive ball handler, distributor, facilitator, and leader with no wiggle room for being identified as anything but. The young and old will be here, and while you can quibble with where we slotted some guys, you can't quibble with the 4 we chose. We actually select 5, but later on that. Chris Paul. The immortal one, Chris Paul. It's pretty wild that he's still this good after this many years. Everyone disregarded CP3 when he was traded to the Thunder, but what did he do? Stormed the Thunder to the playoffs while putting up 17-6 and shooting his best percentage from the field in almost a decade. Truly amazing. CP3 led the Thunder to the playoffs. He has also taken Shai Gilgeous-Alexander under his wing and supported to make SGA one of the most promising guards in the NBA. See, Paul can easily be included in the best 30 NBA players in NBA history. Everything he does right now is just icing on the cake. Time to give CP3 his flowers. Kyrie Irving. A lot of people have seemed to forget just how good Irving is on a basketball court. The injuries are genuinely a concern, but can you blame the Nets for being cautious with Kyrie now while Kevin Durant isn't even playing? Why rush one of your 2 best players when the other guy was never playing? When he's healthy and on the court, Kyrie is a dazzling scorer and an underrated passer. He's a guy who can get his on any level, with an excellent shot from profound and unbelievable touch around the rim. He's probably the best finisher in the NBA and has brilliant handles no matter who is guarding him. People seem to not like Kyrie for various reasons, but you can't say that he doesn't speak his mind and put his thoughts on his sleeve. His leaving Boston and Cleveland likely left some fans with a permanent sour taste in their mouth, but you can't deny his talent. Basketball needs strong and healthy Kyrie Irving back on the court in 2021. Russell Westbrook. Mr. Triple-Double has managed way better in Houston than many ever considered. The Russ that's been released via small ball has shown us he still is an elite at age 32. Now, it's not like Westbrook was beginning to show signs of decline on his final 3 seasons in Oklahoma City when he had a triple-double each season. But let's admit, maybe we took his name of basketball for granted. His 2016 to 2017 MVP season was something to observe. He became only the 2nd player in NBA history to average a triple-double over an entire campaign. Still, the following 2 seasons where he repeated the feat didn't hit as hard as OKC, yet again failed to advance past the first round of the playoffs. You could blame him for chasing triple-doubles with the Thunder, and we know he's a horrid 3-point shooter. Still, today's version of Russ is controversially the most lethal and effective version we've seen. Mike D'Antonio's offense is best for Westbrook since no one slashes to the basket like him. He had a career-high .493 effective FG percentage this season. Even though he's playing accompanied by ball-dominant James Harden, Westbrook still distributes at a high level, 7.0 APG opposed to Harden's 7.5. As long as he's operating with Harden, he won't be the absolute handler like he was in OKC. But Westbrook, boss of the snarl and rim-rattling dunks, continues to be an elite point guard with a juggernaut competitive spirit rivaled only by Damian Lillard and Chris Paul. Steph Curry. There's no way not to consider Steph Curry on this video. The most excellent outside shooter in the league had a rough go of it during an injury-plagued 2019-20 season. Still, the skills of the 32-year-old certainly haven't diminished, and until Curry's shot starts clinking more than swishing, he'll remain to be the game's top point guard. Are there problems in his game? Sure. We all know defense isn't his vital thing, but if you need a bucket, there are some players in the game you'd rather have with the ball in his hands than Curry. Being a few years of his prime, Curry's result isn't quite what it was during his good Mad days, winning back-to-back MVPs in 2015 and 2016. That being said, the man with the lightning release in the sport and the best handles this quality of Kyrie is the premier point guard in the game until further notice. But wait, do we hear our viewers arguing whether we picked not the best one? So, you believe there is one legendary player who must be considered the best point guard? Well, we know exactly who you are thinking about. Magic Johnson. While some of the numbers might favor our last names, especially Curry, Magic keeps a slight edge in the top point guard of all-time dispute by legacy points. Judge yourself. Magic has 5 NBA titles, then Curry's 3 and 3 Finals MVPs compared to Curry's 0. Magic's 12 All-Star presences are twice as many as Curry's, and Magic's 10 All-NBA selections are way ahead of Curry's 6. There's some time left for Curry to close the gap, but Magic is better for now. ESPN's Rob Peterson once declared, "No one was more energetic or magical with the ball in the open court than Irving Johnson. He raised the Lakers and transition basketball to astronomical levels. He was transcendent." Type Magic Johnson highlights on Google and prepare to go down a basketball rabbit hole. He managed the game and manipulated defenders with his field vision and passing jumps off the screen until this day. You can see traces of his magnetism in players like LeBron James and Nikola Jokic. Still, no one has genuinely surpassed Magic's level as a passer. Together with his competitiveness and leadership, that helped Magic take the reins of one of the greatest teams of all time, one with fellow Hall of Famers like Abdul-Jabbar and James Worthy, the Showtime Lakers. So, who wins personally for you? Kyrie, Steph, Westbrook, or CP3? Or Magic Johnson? Do we have old school versus new school again? And how do you like our videos? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss an upload, and you can enjoy the excellent content we send your way.